Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're going to break down the essential 2026 Meta Ads playbook, specifically for small businesses in Turkey. If you're running ads or even just thinking about it, you are going to want to stick around for this. All right, let's just dive right in, shall we? This is the question on every single small business owner's mind when they look at their ad spend. Is this just a giant money pit, or is it a real, genuine opportunity for growth? And here's the thing. The answer isn't about getting lucky or just having a bigger budget. The secret really is that success is all about your strategy. It's about understanding that the game itself has completely, fundamentally changed. So what are these new rules of the game? Well, let's dive into the biggest change of all, which is the fundamental shift in how Meta's AI actually works. You see, the old tactics you've been using are probably the very things holding you back now. And this right here is the absolute heart of it. Meta doesn't reward you for tweaking a million little things anymore. Nope. The entire system is now built to reward two things: really strong data signals and letting your ads go wide, giving that AI the freedom to find your customers for you. So what does that actually look like in practice? How do you set up your campaigns for this new reality? Well, it all starts with one simple idea: radical simplification. It's time to clean house. Just look at the difference here. On the left, you've got the old way. Probably looks familiar, right? Multiple campaigns, dozens of ad sets, constantly splitting budgets. It's a total headache. And on the right, that's the 2026 model. It's clean, it's focused, and most importantly, it gives the AI the breathing room it needs to do its job properly. And why is that simple structure so critical? It all comes down to this magic number, 50. See, for an ad set to get stable and really start performing, it needs about 50 key events, like a purchase or a lead, every single week. When you split your budget a dozen different ways, you're basically starving the algorithm. You never give it enough data to learn. Okay, so think of that simple structure as the chassis of your advertising machine. It's the frame. But every machine needs fuel, right? And in this case, the high-octane fuel that makes it all run is your data and your whole approach to targeting. And this is where things get really interesting. The new targeting recipe isn't about trying to find that one perfect, super niche interest anymore. It's actually a three-step process. First, you go broad, really broad. Second, you let your creative do the heavy lifting of finding the right people. And third, and this is so crucial, you use your customer data to tell Meta who not to show ads to. Simple, but man, is it powerful. But, and this is a big but, none of that works if your data plumbing is leaky. I want you to look at this list not as a nice to have. This is the absolute non-negotiable foundation for running ads in 2026. If this isn't right, nothing else is going to matter. And that really brings us to the bottom line, doesn't it? In this new world where everyone is using AI and broad audiences, what's your edge? It's this: your own customer data, your first-party data, is the one thing your competition can never, ever copy. It is your ultimate competitive advantage. Okay, so we've got the structure, we've got the data fuel. Now let's talk about the steering wheel, the one lever you have left that gives you immense control over your results. And that, my friends, is your creative. This right here, this is the mantra for 2026. Geniş kitle plus güçlü kreatif. It means broad audience plus strong creative. Think about it. When you're showing your ad to millions of people, what's the one thing that's going to make your ideal customers stop scrolling? It's not the targeting anymore. It's the ad itself. The creative is your new targeting. So what does strong creative actually mean? It's not just one thing. It's about matching your message to the right format. You know, a reel is perfect for grabbing someone's attention for the first time. A story is great for those quick, urgent offers. You can't just run the same square image everywhere and expect it to work anymore. You've got to play the game on each platform. And across all of those different formats, the ads that win, the ones that actually work, they almost always follow these 4 pillars. They're designed for a phone, vertical first. They hook you in less than 2 seconds. They use real people, social proof, stuff that feels genuine, and they feel local and relevant. You nail these 4 things and you're miles ahead of the competition.
Okay, I know this is a lot to take in. It can feel a little overwhelming. So how do you actually put all of this into practice? Well, let's break it down into a super simple, step-by-step 90-day action plan.
And the sequence here is absolutely critical. Look at this. The first 2 weeks, it's all about infrastructure, just getting that data foundation solid. You don't even launch an ad. Then you launch a simple campaign, and you spend a full month just learning and testing. And only after 60 days of proving what works, only then do you even start to think about scaling up. And that's our explainer. When you boil it all down, the entire 2026 playbook really comes down to this one final question. Success today means making a huge mental shift. It's about moving away from trying to control every tiny little detail and learning to trust the powerful system you've built. So the only question left is, are you ready to give up that control to get the results?